Alright, I think we're good now. Just check the volume here. Alright, I think we're good. Alright, I was like trying to start the stream. I'm getting like all these like errors on YouTube saying we're not getting enough data and all this stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the stream says, it's pushing like 12,000 bits or whatever. Turns out I was trying to stream in like 4K resolution, and YouTube's like, we don't accept that. So I don't know. I guess I must have changed some settings around. Anyway, we're here watching the State of Play, which was, I mean, we knew this was coming this month, but literally just announced yesterday. I love this last minute stuff that Sony puts out. But yeah, I'm hoping for some release dates. Hoping for some news, some new game announcements would be nice. Maybe like one or two announcements would be fantastic. Microsoft's whole thing last month, the developer direct, was a really good showing, and everything that they literally showed off, you like wanted to play, and it was different. It was like different games each time. So they pretty much have you covered at the first half of the year. I'm interested to see what Sony is going to have here. Are we going to see games that are coming out later in the year, like the second half, or is there going to be a couple of exclusive titles here and there for the first half of the year? I guess we'll have to wait and see. We got some announcements this morning. Elden Ring Night Rain, I believe it's called, is coming out in late May. So that means we have Doom and Elden Ring coming out in the same month, which is fine. I'm still kind of iffy on that game because I know it's more co-op centric, but I guess I don't know if I'm not sure if they did is repackage literally Elden Ring, like it's the same map, it's the same bosses, and they just remix some things for co-op, or is it like an official new game with like a new area? Maybe it is the same map, but you have, generally speaking, a different layout or different situation there. I'm not really sure. I need to look into it more. Because from what I hear, even though it's a co-op focused entry, you can still play it single player. In fact, you can only play it co-op if you have up to 3 friends. Even if you have one other person, apparently you can't go in and play the game. You have to have 3 people in a party, or it's just you by yourself. So we'll see what happens there. And then Crytek laid off some people this morning, which really sucks, because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, gosh, we have heard nothing on Crysis 4. They said they were working on Crysis 4. I'm really excited for that. I love the Crysis series. And now they laid off, basically, I think they said 15% of their workforce. And Crysis 4 is apparently it's on hold. And they're focusing on Hunt Showdown, their multiplayer extraction shooter, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't know, man. It's sad. I was really looking forward to Crysis 4, but it looks like there's a possibility. I really hope not, but there's a possibility we might not ever see it happen, or at least, it's going to take a long time. This whole generation is just cooked, man. Although I think this year, if everything comes out on time this year, I think that this will be probably the best year for the generation. Here we go, the stream's starting. Let's put this... Oh, they're doing 4K. That's nice. Let me know if that's too loud, by the way. Hold on. Way too loud for the stream. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Let me lower that a lot. Gosh, they're blasting the music. Alright, let's go down to like right there. And I'm gonna lower... I'm gonna lower this a lot. Oh my god, that's loud. It's still really loud. Does that work? Does that work? Yeah, that works. I'm gonna lower it all the way down here. Just at least, until we get the stream started. Gosh, you're blasting you with music immediately. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, Crysis 4 and the state of Crytek is really sad. I just hope that, they can get back on their feet as quickly as possible, and it's not going to take... I just hope that Crysis 4 isn't canceled. I think the potential for that is great. Although they finished their story with Crysis 3. I didn't care for Crysis 3. They finished the story there, but still, like, I think like these days, you know, in Crisis 2 and 3 were really a victim of the times. You know, the first Crisis was so forward looking, and I really liked Crisis 2. Crisis 2, you exchanged that freedom in the gameplay, but you got a much more cinematic story, a much better story presentation. So I can get behind that. Crisis 3, I just did not care for. The story was all over the place. The open levels were just sort of like uninspired to me. So I feel like for a fourth game, you know, go back to the drawing board, do a reboot of the story, or do it many years later. It's completely different, you know, and it just takes the best elements. You have the story focused approach of Crisis 2 with the openness and the beautiful location of something like the first Crisis. That would be fantastic. But who knows what will happen now. Anyway, that's about it. I just been working on some videos, been playing some older games. Right now I'm going through Wolfenstein 2009 again. And gosh, I played that game like over 10 years ago as of now, and I'm just like, I forgot how good it is. It's a really good game. And then I just played through Batman Arkham Asylum again. And you know, it's just an incredible release. So I love how all these games just hold up, you know, all these years later. So when I do my reminiscing video, I'll be talking more about my experience there. Hey Tyler, how's it going? I am doing well, just talking about all the layoffs and situation with Crytek and Elden Ring, Night Ring getting released, or getting a release date, I should say. Where isn't there also, I think Metal Gear Solid 3, the remake, got a release date, or got a leaked release date for August, which sounds plausible to me. That seems like a good date for that. So I'm telling you, like 2025, I feel is the best year for this generation. When you look at all the, and that's considering that none of the games get delayed, but when you look at all the games that are coming, it's like a lot of the stuff that we've been waiting for so long seem to finally be coming out, if they are. And there's a lot of exciting stuff there. It just looks jam-packed. You have existing franchises, you got new IPs, you know, sequels to long-awaited games. I feel it could be really really great if everything comes out on time. Hey Jeremy, hi from Belgium. Been a viewer for 12 years. Are you serious? That's incredible. Thank you so much. And how you doing, Cell? It's good to see you again. What is your expectations for this PlayStation State of Play? I'm just hoping for release dates. You know what, Jeremy? I do actually recognize your name. And in fact, I'm going to give you moderator status. So congratulations, you have a wrench like everyone else. Your responsibilities are nothing. Yeah, I'm just hoping for some release dates, Tyler. That's all. So I'd like to see what is coming out for... they probably won't do the whole rest of the year, but it'd be nice to know what are your plans for the first half of the year here that we're already in. Because Microsoft last month with their Developer Direct, every single game that they showed off was fantastic, and it was all coming out before June. And it's like you're just covered. Now, those are multi-platform releases, besides, I think, South of Midnight, which is technically a console exclusive, or it's still coming to PC, but still, like, you were covered with the Microsoft lineup there. They just, everything that they showed off looked fantastic, and, you know, had release dates for the first half of the year. So I would like to see what is coming out for PlayStation in this first half. I'm sure there'll be some third-party stuff here, but I really want to get, you know, it just, like, the whole rest of the year here is kind of sparse. We're starting to get release dates for games that are only, like, you know, months before the actual date itself. Like, they'll just be, like, Elden Ring just got announced for May. It's like, what is that, 2-3 months away? You know, and they're, like, just giving out the release date for that, the Night Rain. So, yeah. Oh, it is a bit loud. I turned it down because it was, like, really loud. So that's why I have it like really low. I'll raise it up when we do the actual presentation here, but when I first started to stream, it was like blasting. So I just want to make sure that you guys can hear my voice. I'll try to adjust the audio and see what you guys say in the comments there. PlayStation said they were open to bringing back their older IPs. I did hear about that. I mean, I still would love a Killzone remake, a remake of the first one. Bring that first game up to par with the last two entries. And I actually thought of a really good concept for a new Killzone game if they wanted to reboot the franchise there. Why not show like Vizari's rise to power and like a prequel game to like showing basically what started the whole war with Helghast and the ISA. I think that could be a potential good story element for a new Killzone game. I mean, there's a bunch of other games, you know, that Sony's sitting on as well. I don't care about a new Uncharted. I don't want a new Uncharted. They finished the story. Let it just end. Every single Uncharted game was fantastic. I don't need them dragging the IP through the mud. To me, I'm not a fan of people who like want the franchise back so much and are like, oh, I just missed those games. It's like they're still there. You can still play them. They're still great. But it's like, I'm not a fan of just keep going until you just milk it to death. I feel like, you know, let Naughty Dog do something else, and they are. But I mean, I guess I would welcome an Uncharted 1 remake, which apparently was being made before Sony canceled it and wanted a Last of Us 1 remake. But yeah. Yeah, Death Stranding 2. But isn't Kojima having his own thing in like next week or in March of some kind? He has like his own presentation. They'll probably talk about it here. It'd be nice to get a release date in this presentation, but I could have swore I read something where Kojima's doing his own thing for Death Stranding, and I don't know if it's going to be part of this presentation. Anyway, yeah, they got a bunch of franchises to bring. I'm trying to think back what I read something that didn't what's his name who worked at Insomniac just left, and he was saying that they pitched an idea for a Resistance 4 that Sony didn't want, and then what's his name from Ready at Dawn came forward and did an interview and finally told the story of what happened with that game, and they pitched a sequel and Sony said no. There's a lot of great potential for these games that just didn't have great introductions, or rather, the introductions just took a lot of time. I'm going to raise the volume on this. You know, but the game concept and the world was really, really interesting. Like The Order, like Days Gone. You know, like these are games that you could tell you'd really want a sequel for. Anyway, let me know how the volume is. I'm happy to raise it or lower it, depending. But it was pretty loud and during the pre-show there, so. Oh, Monster Hunter Wilds. The beta's going on right now, right?
Just how big the world is.
Yeah, I hope so too, Solivera. Good to see you, by the way. Yeah, I want gameplay like this. You know, let's get off the whole CGI trailer thing. I gotta give Microsoft credit for that as well in their last presentation. Everything they showed off was gameplay. It was legitimate gameplay. They had some, you know, CGI stuff there, but mostly gameplay. I'm not into the Monster Hunter franchise. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. It's just not for me. I think I tried Monster Hunter World, whichever one was on PS4, and I was like, yeah. It seems like it's a game that's really fun with friends. And I know that they took that element from, was it Dragon's Dogma? It's kind of like Dragon's Dogma meets a much more like fantasy, I don't know, oriented action game. There's a lot less role-playing in this from what I understand. Anyway, a lot of people are complaining about the performance. I saw a lot of people say that the game runs like crap on PS5 Pro, on PC. No matter where you're playing, it just runs like crap. So hopefully they can optimize it before the game comes out. Yeah, and that's soon. A digital art book.
皆さんこんにちは。
Don't you
モンスタ
just
ーハン
love
ターワイル
those?
ズプロデューサーの辻本です。無料タイトルアップデート第1弾の追加モンスターとして玉三つが決定いたしました。この他にもタイトルアップデート第1弾で追加されるコンテンツは
Let me know how the
詳
volume is, guys.
細は改めてお知らせしたい
Hopefully
と
you
思っ
should
て
be
おり
able
ま
to
す。
hear him clearly, as
本
well
作
as
は
my
発売後
voice.
に数回の
I
タイト
shouldn't
ルアッ
have
プ
to
デートを
scream.
予定しています。
Hopefully.
タイトルアップデート計画については追ってお知らせしますので今後の情報にご期待ください。2月28日の発売まであと少し。皆様に楽しんでいただけることを心よりお待ちし
Sounds
ており
good.
ます。
Okay. Yeah, I just checked it myself.
本日の発表は以上となります。引き続きステートオブ
How's it
プレイをお
going,
楽しみ
Tregum?
くだ
I'm
さい。
late. Was this the first thing they showed? Yes, you did. You missed basically a trailer for a game we all know that's coming in a couple of weeks. So, I think it's literally starting right now. Sega.
Forged to unleash vengeance.
Oh.
More than a weapon. It is the soul of a shinobi. No obstacle can stand in their way. Soaring where others would not.
Did we know about this already, or is this new? I'm trying to think back at like the Game Awards, because I might be thinking of that Ninja Gaiden
Striking with
game,
lethal precision.
the 2D Ninja Gaiden game that they kind of revealed then. Oh, Shinobi. Ah.
Each weapon a tool. Each tool a
The
part
art
of the
direction
whole.
looks great.
This is the mastery of a shinobi.
Like they got that whole stencil drawing thing perfect.
The legend continues.
Yeah, Tyler called it. Yeah, this is new? Okay. How long has it been since the last one? Sonic Racing, huh? I never actually owned any one of these games. I only ever played them at like other people's houses, but they were quite fun. I know a lot of people love these kart racers. It was for the 3DS? Oh wow, it's been a long time. Okay. Oh no. That reminded me of that Kinect skateboarding game, Sonic Free Riders or whatever it was called. Thing was broken. Well, that's gonna be fun. I'll do a good job with that. Oh, there's a closed network test next week. Wow.
Break free. Become unbound from the laws that govern reality. To turn the gears of time once again.
An apocalypse looms over parallel worlds as their fates begin to intertwine. The battle to alter destiny begins. Embark on a journey alongside gods, heroes, and monsters of bygone eras. The anomalies, known as Digimon.
They're making a Digimon game. You know what? It's weird to me, but I know someone who's like my age, by the way, who's like just getting back into Beyblades, and he's explained to me like how it's like a completely different game now compared to what it was. It's like got some card elements, I believe he said. It's like all these old, like, you know, franchises and stuff that I grew up with. It's weird how, like, you didn't hear about them for years, and now they're like back. Or rather, they never went away.
从一名独立开发者到今
Hey,
天
Amster.
PlayStation 携手，这一路走来已历
Good
经10
evening
年。
to you too.
输入之魂结合了流畅爽快的战斗体验与丰富多样的世界设计，玩
Wait,
家
now we're
在
talking
各
about
种
Lost
风格
Soul
的
side?
场景中探索，面对充满个性的敌人，
It's like trailer
同
after
时与
trailer.
有趣的角色互动，逐步揭开精彩的故事。接下来，我非常激动地向大家展示全新的游戏预告，并正式确认游戏的发布日期。
Release date. I'm actually really looking forward to this. Heavily inspired by Devil May Cry, but I like the art direction.
Dream. A horrible
Story
dream
driven. Just looks good.
where monsters invade our world. A powerful being falls from the sky. And when it seems they might vanquish the invaders,
It's like Devil May Cry meets Final
the
Fantasy.
dream ends. Is this really just a dream? My only hope lies with you.
Come, Kaiser. We will travel across worlds, leap through dimensions, together.
Lots of variety.
I see great power within you, a destiny waiting to be fulfilled.
It's so interesting. It's got like fantasy meets sci-fi. It's really peculiar. Yeah, look at the combat.
You never wanted to be a hero. But for humanity's sake, you must.
Then give me your power, Arena.
Oh, it's July 2016, the first trailer. May 30th. Wow, that's the same day as the Elden Ring Night Rain name that just got revealed. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
Well, that's good.
We've got several updates today from partners around the world, starting with news from the Like a Dragon series. First up, a playable demo of Like a Dragon,
Oh.
Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii arrives on PS5 this Friday.
Well, I'll check that out.
Players can try out 2 battle styles, including Goro Majima's new Sidon style, as well as engage in naval battles at the Pirates Coliseum.
Demos are good. Glad we're getting that.
Sega and Mint Rocket joined forces
Oh my
in Ichiban's
God.
Holiday, a new crossover DLC coming to Dave the Diver. Ichiban Kasuga and other Like a Dragon characters team up to thwart a gang of troublemakers in classic beat-em-up style.
Are
all
you
while
serious?
perfecting new
This
recipes at
franchise
Honshu
just-
Sushi.
it
Dave
has
the
its
Diver
hooks in
Ichiban's
everything.
Holiday arrives this April on PS5 and PS4.
That's funny.
The Splitgate 2 alpha begins February 27th on PS5. Use portals and futuristic physics to dominate the arena, and play a new 24-player mode where 3 teams compete on a massive map.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I'm here to give you an exclusive first look in the future of the WWE 2K franchise. Introducing the Island. With the Island, players enter an online environment filled with WWE-themed landmarks, quests,
Is this like the Tekken
live
arcade
events,
mode
and
thing?
shops with up to 50 other players at a time. The
Looks like it literally looks like that where that mode is in Tekken 8, the arcade thing.
To personalize their My Superstars,
Or Street Fighter 6,
like
you know, did something similar. That's funny.
As the first of its kind for the franchise, the island.
You have Dave the
is
Diver
not
on
just
PC?
an
Yeah.
addition, it's a bold step toward the future.
Is it good?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the island.
Borderlands.
Sup? I'm Randy from Gearbox.
And I'm Randy from Gearbox.
And you know why we're here. We're here for you. Are you ready? It's 2025, and every day we are getting closer to the launch of Borderlands 4. Let's go!
I feel Gearbox doesn't make anything else these days. It's a bit unfortunate, but, you know, they're holding on to a lot of franchises that have potential. I know that like making a Duke Nukem game would be hard today, just due to the context of the character and all that stuff. But I still feel like there are smarter ways to do it without ruining the legacy of the character. And I believe they still own the rights to the Colonial Marines IP, right? Like Aliens. I know it's like Sega's thing, but I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot more they could do. It's just constantly Borderlands, 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 Borderlands. I don't care for Borderlands. I know I'm like one of the very few. But I played the first one, didn't like it. Played the second one because everyone said it was fantastic and still couldn't get into it. It's just not my type of game.
This spring, focused exclusively on Borderlands 4. We're diving deep, you guys. Join us. Borderlands 4, state of play for combat, vault hunters, action skills, exploration and discovery, everything.
You heard
You're gonna
David
see more
Diver's
guns
real
than
good,
you can
huh?
even count.
All on PlayStation 5.
Oh, Brother, I was
Randy,
just
do you have
I
anything
completely
else
forgot
for
about that
us?
one. You're right,
I think
Brother
I
in
do,
Arms.
Well, what is it? Don't hold
The
out.
Brothers
Randy.
in Arms, or whatever it
I'll keep
is.
you, baby bird.
Yeah, like
Who
the
wants a launch date for Borderlands
the last
4?
one I played Hell's
Borderlands
Highway.
4 launches worldwide for everyone on September
23rd,
23rd,
okay.
2025.
I played Hell's Highway, and it's hilarious. Hell's Highway ends on a to be continued note, and they never made the other game, the other part, and it was actually good. Like Hell's Highway was pretty good.
Look, I don't mean to be rude,
Split Fiction.
but I really don't do small talk. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, you're completely right. They're just holding on to these games,
So you want to go through more of your crazy stories?
My crazy
and they have
stories.
massive success with Borderlands, so it's not like, you know.
If you don't start to trust each other. I don't need your trust.
I just feel like they could do it if they really wanted to.
I took inspiration for this story from when me and my sister were younger.
Look at all of this. It's amazing. I base the story around my dad. All I can do is write this silly story. Oh, we'll face it together. We got this. Yeah.
This is gonna be solid.
Follow my lead.
That's fantastic. Especially if they have like an emotional moment and it really pays off.
What now? I did not sign up for this. Brace yourself, Zoe.
And it's soon. Brother in Arms 4 was still promised after Borderlands 3, and we just got Borderlands 4. Yeah. To my point. And, like, you think it would do super well now. Oh my god, is this the next, why can't I think of the franchise?
Status report.
I can't think of the franchise now all of a sudden. Anyway. Yeah, you would think that Brothers in Arms would do well now because there's like so few FPSs these days. Dark Pictures, thank you so much. Yeah. Couldn't get like the words to come out.
You feeling alright?
My body's going one way and my mind's going another.
This looks really cool because it's like,
What is that?
it looks like it's taken major inspiration from Aliens.
It still doesn't feel real sometimes.
Never forget why you started. Lord have mercy.
The last couple were really good of Dark Pictures. If you played The Devil in Me, was a good ending, and then my favorite was House of Ashes, which also had some sci-fi elements. But those were like really good entries. Oh yeah, doesn't this have like Lasagna? What's her name? Lasagna Lynch. She was in No Time to Die. Directive 8020. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Oh, it's coming out in June. Oh no, October 2nd. Pre-order from June. Okay, that's good. That's right. That's right. You know, in time for Halloween. Looking forward to that. I still gotta play the casting of Frank Stone. I heard that was good as well.
Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype
Is Five Nights at Freddy's?
to any costume and become any character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance.
I like how Dark Pictures explores different horror themes. Yeah, and like that's the fun thing about it, is that it's a different experience, different genre every single time. And you know, they're all solid. You know, at least they're just fun for like a one-time playthrough. But I don't know, I really enjoy them. I enjoy those types of games. Is this what Five Nights at Freddy's is like now? Fully explorable space? Yep, I guess so. Secret of the Mimic. God, I remember when the first game came out, it was like the biggest thing for streamers. And I played it like for like an hour. And I was like, okay.
Cozy horror game created
I think one person made it back in the day.
You would journey down a nightmarish highway riddled with terrors,
which was really impressive,
and your little lantern creature,
you know, at the time.
Together with your little friend, you must outsmart these terrorists.
Family-friendly horror, basically. Yeah.
Mad world
well, they got that movie, right? I don't even know how the movie did.
Enjoy this short gameplay preview.
Do people like the movie? Was it received well? Did it make a lot of money? It probably did make a lot of money.
After the end of the world, the burnt one woke from a deep slumber.
Fire? I'd almost forgotten how it felt. You're the caretaker of this little firecracker? I reckon you must be headed for Moon.
It's cool when you have a little brother to play these games with, yeah. I'm sure that helps a lot when you have someone that you're playing with who is the target audience.
Close your eyes to make things clear.
This looks really interesting. The art direction. The Midnight Walk. That looked really, really interesting. The way it just looked. May 8th, huh? It's a VR2 game. Oh wait, did it say Moon Studios? Weren't those the guys? Weren't those the guys who did?
For that updated look at the Midnight Walk.
Was it Ori?
Up next, a quirky
Am I
new
remembering
adventure
that right?
from
Was it Ori? Anyway, that looked good. I might have to check that out.
In Darwin's Paradox, you play as Darwin, a clever octopus who finds himself dumped near a highly suspicious food processing center.
Fast Travel Games is a studio founded by Mirza Chalice, creative
Use
director.
Darwin's
Really?
natural camouflage and inking skills to escape the facility and save the world from aliens.
Darwin's Paradox.
We're excited to reveal a brand new title from Koei Tecmo Games and
Konami
Omega
is
Force.
finally doing new IPs.
Warriors Abyss, a roguelite spin on the Warriors franchise.
This looks like Dynasty Warriors.
Descend into hell. Call
But
on
it's just
powerful
top down.
allies.
Or 2.5D, whatever you want
And
to call it.
experiment with tons of playstyle combinations to send the enemy hordes flying. A roguelite hell awaits when Warriors Abyss launches on PS5 and PS4 later today.
For whom are you working? I won't forgive you. Prepare yourself!
A PS2 era classic returns
Okay,
with
I was gonna
Onimusha
say.
2, Samurai's Destiny.
Oh, I heard about this.
Capcom is enhancing the original game with HD graphics and a host of quality of life features, including fine-tuned analog controls.
Wow, it still looks like that too. That's
Immerse
interesting.
yourself in Jubei's hard-boiled journey.
They
and
still
fight
like
through a
retain
world
the
of
original
turmoil alongside
look of
trusty
it.
allies.
Still looks like a PS2 game. But just,
Onimusha 2
you know,
Samurai's Destiny
more
comes to
crisp.
PS4 on May 23rd and will be available for pre-order later today. Looking to 2026, let's check out a new trailer for Capcom's latest entry in the series, Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Now this one, I'm definitely interested in. The Game Awards trailer was a bit surprising. I was not expecting this. Captured on PC in a PlayStation State of Play presentation. They just did that with the Assassin's Creed trailer on the channel. If you go to the PlayStation channel and click on the latest Assassin's Creed Shadows trailer, it literally says all footage captured from a PC. And yet they show the PlayStation prompts, the button prompts. I'm definitely playing this in with subtitles and stuff. Oh, that's cool. Capcom's just doing fantastic. Besides the recent Monster Hunter Wilds beta and the issues with performance and stuff like that there. Other than that, they're doing fantastic. Or at least they're giving people what they want. I think I read something that Resident Evil 5 was rated for Xbox again, which definitely highlights that it's the next remake coming up. I honestly thought they were going to take a break and go, instead of making Resident Evil 5, they were going to do the first Resident Evil, do a full, remake of that in like the perspective of 2, 3, and 4. Here we go.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place.
I'm honestly just so excited to play this and like play a Metal Gear game again. Because Metal Gear Solid 5 was just like, that was one of the first games I ever streamed on the channel, and I did it full 100%. I completed every mission, did every side ops.
What's the story between you and the boss?
I think it still holds my record for the longest single playthrough I've ever done in a game at like 130 hours. No DLC, just straight up the game.
We are the sons of the boss. I see it. The fear. A great and terrible fury at being alive.
A host of sorrows, and you are one of them.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
It'd be interesting to see what Kojima thinks of this. I think I read something somewhere that, or he gave his blessing for whatever that's worth to Konami, but you know, there we go. Yeah, I thought it was late August there. Anyway, I would just be interested to know what he thinks when the full game comes out. Was there always an Ape Escape crossover with Metal Gear Solid 3? I want to start playing this series with this remake. The Metal Gear Solid series is waiting so long you're backlog. Oh, okay. Well, they say that Snake Eater is the first in terms of the story arc, I believe. It's the earliest game in the franchise.
And exposes the fragile structure.
I only played 4, and then I played Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain.
Why did you come back? I stood in the home I was born.
Oh, this is Hell Is Us.
In that moment.
This is, oh god, this looks good. This is by the Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind art direction, or art director, excuse me. He started his own studio, and he says this isn't a Souls-like at all, but it's got elements from that. This looks really good. Look at those character models. If that's actual, you know, in-game rendering or real-time rendering, it just looks fantastic. September 4th. Man, we were barely hearing games coming out in October, November, December, and the year's just packed. Nice cover art as well. New is, huh? Liza P? This is literally my next game to play in my PS5 Pro.
Can it be winter all of a sudden?
This must be DLC.
I'm sorry. You want to know the year? What a pleasure to meet a stalker.
I just gotta get to it. I've been putting off this game for so long.
Far too long.
I just haven't like felt that itch to go back into playing modern games. I'm just having a time in my life playing through these older games right now.
You're not the puppet I was expecting. Who are you?
She was looking for
Deus Ex, yeah, I'm so heartbroken still that was it Embracer canceled the 3rd Deus Ex game that they were making.
Too many stalkers will last to that evil.
Who knows how far along that was, but still, the fact that they were really trying to make it, and it's just like, you know, completely squashed now, it just really hurts my feelings.
I'll do whatever it takes. Your survival is all that matters. Nothing else comes close, not even my life.
Mankind Divided is good. It's just half of a game. That's the problem. You know, you're playing it and it's just like there's half of a story, half of a game. I might play that DLC. I don't know. Guess we'll see how expansive it is. There are rumors it is dropping this year. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. Sorry. This looks like a Dreams game. This literally looks like someone made it in Dreams.
We don't know where our children will put their roots.
What's your art direction? Post-it notes everywhere. A ton of post-it notes. They should remake the original Deus Ex. I know they did the revision and the whole, like, you know, upgrade. They basically modernized the original game as much as they could with that original engine. But to see, like, a full remake, and, like, it's true to heart, you know? It doesn't try to stray or do anything, but it's true to that original first game. That would be fantastic. That probably will happen, you know, down the road. I could definitely see that happening. It's called Dreams of Another? That's funny, because it literally looks like it was made in Dreams. That's not a knock, by the way. I mean, Dreams on PS4 was just, it blew my mind what people were able to create with it. So that's why I said that.
プレイヤー幻想的な夢の世界へダイナミックな変化を与えることができます。今年 PS5 登場予定で、本日からウィッシュリストへの追加ができます。ありがとうございました。
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Zatani, and I'm excited to share even more PlayStation news in today's show.
What?
Days Gone Remastered, the definitive version of Ben Studios' post-apocalyptic open-world epic, comes to PS5 with VRR support and PS5 Pro support.
But wait, is this like a Horizon situation?
It also includes added content like permadeath and speedrun modes, an enhanced photo mode, new accessibility features, and Horde Assault, a survival arcade mode with increased horde sizes.
It looks the same.
A fresh way to experience Days Gone. And if you purchase Days Gone on PlayStation 4, you can upgrade to a digital version of Days Gone Remastered and get all the content and features for $10.
Oh.
Days Gone Remastered launches on PS5 April 25th.
They didn't mention any graphical upgrades. They're just calling it a remaster,
New
apparently.
DLC is coming to Stellar Blade this June.
Here we go.
The sci-fi action game is partnering with Goddess of Victory Nika.
I like how we all had the same reaction. Like, wait, what? You know what? You're right. You're right, Hamster. It is a chance. Perhaps it's a chance for a sequel, which the game deserves, and Sony's being fucking stupid by not greenlighting that immediately.
We've got some
and you know what?
updates today,
I only blame them half. I half blame them for you know, that issue of not immediately releasing a sequel or greenlighting one. But I also gotta sit there and put the blame as well on the creative director, whatever his name, the guy who left. He's never stopped screaming at everyone since he like left out of frustration. I forgot the dude's name. But it's like the dude has basically burned every bridge that he ever had with the gaming industry out of pride. And I get that it's heartbreaking. I'm not actually, no, I don't understand what he's feeling or what he feels like. I'm not going to pretend like I do. That's wrong of me to do that. But still, there are just ways you could have not exploded. It's like you could have done something else, but it's like, who wants to work with someone like that, you know?
Every door is a new decision as you build out a sprawling manor with 45 shifting rooms.
And there are like legitimate people. Like the worst part is that there are legitimate people who are like trying to tell him or like trying to help him, and he's like fighting with random people in the comments. That's why I like stopped following a lot of creators. I can't do it anymore.
Game from PlayStack and Deepfield
I think these people are absolutely brilliant, you know,
surface,
creatives, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for their work, but
and make this bizarre underground
some of their personalities are just trash.
Abiotic Factor will be available in Game Catalog when it launches this summer.
We're never getting a Days Gone 2. Well, I hope that's not the case, because the game definitely deserves it. It was a slow burn. Like the problem with Days Gone is that it took you 20 hours to really get into the game. But it was a great, like once it got going, it just didn't stop. It was fantastic. And that story payoff at the end.
No one knows how that world came into being.
Oh shit, is this pack meta?
It devoured everything from the past. Only I was left.
No. New IP?
It was a fatal mistake.
Eclipse Glow Games.
It's the aura of the Grail pieces. I can sense it.
Love that hair rendering. If this is in game, this is incredible.
My wish can be fulfilled. But wishes come at a price. To pursue one's wishes.
What the fuck is this? Platforming? This is like Nier, it's like Uncharted, it's fucking... It's like Stellar Blade?
Holy Grail. Blood. This is a beast only.
I thought Pragmata because I saw like a city with things coming out in different directions, and I was like, oh, we're supposed to be getting that game this year. We're supposed to be getting that game this year. What the hell is this, though?
Final warning.
The title comes on, it's deep down, it's been completely reworked.
My quarrel lies not with
Can you imagine? Could you imagine Capcom gives us deep down, but we're still waiting on Pragmata?
Even if the price is my soul.
Oh my god. Tides of Annihilation, brand new IP. That looked incredible.
The table is dead. It exists no more.
That looked amazing. And even the woke crowd can't complain there because she's attractive. That looked incredible, man. That's the best thing I've seen so far. What the hell is this? Oh, this must be, is this Bungie's, was it revisit into the, forgot what it's called, their old franchise. Marathon.
Deep down in the depths of Vulcan,
I don't think so, though.
you must retrieve the Architect's core.
Looks like Ghost Runner if it was like an FPS. Has like the same music
You know I would never want to see you hurt,
and voice.
but the path we walk demands the extreme.
I remember you.
Run away.
Metal Eden. Literally looks like Ghost Runner except it's guns. That looks good. I'd probably play that too.
My memory's still a bit blurry.
PS5 Pro. Build a Rocket Boy. Who are those? Oh, it's an IO interactive partner.
Yes! Showtime! I have these gaps inside my head. Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
Oh, is this that game?
Hardware. It's been decommissioned.
It's like that game within the game. Some like weird thing.
All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story. I'll cover you.
Yes, it is. I heard about this like last year. It's got like that guy from Mafia 3.
What you did, you should have left him in the desert.
This is not the first time we've had a fatal error with your tech.
Yes, make it stop! Make it stop!
I know what I have to do. This is the only way.
Mind's Eye, that's right. The sequel to Mind Jack.
I'm Leslie Benson.
Does anyone here remember a game called Mind Jack?
Adventure set in the fictional city of Red Rock.
Probably
where
considered
AI
one
and
of the
human
worst
greed
games
collide
ever
to bring
released
Earth to the precipice
on
of collapse.
the PS3 360.
All captured on PlayStation 5 Pro. We're now proud to share some gameplay footage with the explosive
Everywhere.
combat
Yes, you're
and
right. Everywhere was the
driving
name of that
you can expect
platform.
on PlayStation 5 later this year.
Yeah, it's like they're making a game, and this game's like it's like a part of that platform, I guess. You know what this reminds me of is 8 Days. It's got like those elements. This literally looks like someone said, let's take like the concept or the interactivity of what 8 Days was supposed to be, and then Mix it with GTA 5, maybe a bit of Saints Row. It looks good, but there are points, there are areas of the game where you can see that they cut things back a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed when he was running there's like no dynamic shadows. Interesting. Even the car reminds me of Mafia 3. Jacob is playing COD, yeah, as he likes to do. He's getting ready for Monster Hunter. You feel free to jump into a game with them if you ever wanted to, but I wouldn't turn the mic on when he's playing Call of Duty. He still takes it a bit too seriously. What the hell is this?
This moment. This choice. Every time the sun dies, madness reigns.
This is a PlayStation Studios thing, so it has to be from one of their internal studios.
Then everything begins again.
I'm trying to think who's still, like...
But after every death, I always
Who have we not heard from yet? Sony Santa Monica, apparently they're supposed to be making another God of War game, which is boring to me. Like, I'd rather them do something different. Maybe this is something different from them. Saros. Who's the studio? Housemarque! Oh my god! Okay, that's gonna be good. Housemarque, baby. Dude, Returnal it still stands 2026. That's fantastic. Returnal is still my favorite game this generation. I know some people think I'm a bit crazy for that, but I'm sorry.
We are thrilled to announce that our latest game, Saros, is launching next year.
Returnal just is the gift that keeps on giving.
Saros is the ultimate evolution of the Housemarque gameplay first experience. It's a new single-player IP that builds on Returnal's award-winning third-person action.
Nice.
You play Arjun Devraj, performed by the brilliant Rahul Kohli. Arjun is a powerful enforcer searching for answers on a hostile, shape-shifting planet haunted by an ominous eclipse.
I just played the DLC
All of us at Housemarque
for Returnal, the free DLC. Originally, I wasn't going to. I was like, it's free, it's a challenge mode, whatever. And then I started playing it, and then you get back into that loop. But what that DLC does is it sheds so much light on the story. That's it, by the way. Wow. Oh, I just muted it. Wow. Yeah, what that DLC for Returnal does is it really sheds a lot of light on the story. So if you're someone who did get through, Returnal, but you're still kind of confused on what exactly happened, that story, that free DLC, if you go through the challenge mode and actually do everything, it'll take you like 8 hours, but you will get basically all the answers you're looking for. Anyway, there's some good here, and then there's some, I kind of wanted more here. We got release dates for a lot of good stuff, but I still am, like, exclusive-wise, there wasn't really a lot of games here that I really wanted to find out more about. Like, nothing on Death Stranding 2. I understand Kojima's having his thing next month or whenever it is, fine. But, like, not even, like, a teaser trailer or just nothing, And then, like, nothing on Ghost of Yotei or Yotai, whatever it's pronounced, which is also supposedly coming. They were not going to show anything on Intergalactic because Naughty Dog just revealed that. I'm trying to think like who else has games. There's no Wolverine. I think that's the next game from Insomniac. Nothing about that. Like, I get that it's only February here, but I feel like there's still like a lot of questions. Anyway, the standout thing to me, Saros I'm happy about, but this new IP, what was the one that I was just like WTF on? Is it this one? No, that's Onimusha. You guys know the one I'm talking about, that one that just looked incredible. There it is. This game. This game looks fantastic. Like, just everything about it just looks great. Tides of Annihilation, it's called. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of content here. I was expecting more bangers. And I guess that's just what Sony is going to be doing from now on, is they're going to be, like, hastily announcing these the day before, and they're just bundling everything together. Days Gone Remastered. What the... Why? It's weird to me that they announced Days Gone Remastered, but they didn't talk about what is remastered. Like, what are the visuals? Here it is. You have accessibility updates. Great. You have, here, I'll mute this. You have a new gameplay mode and some more difficulty options, permadeath, speedrun, photo mode. What about the graphics? You know, like, and Days Gone was still is one of the best looking games of the generation. It looks like a PS5 game already. So it's like, to me, I'm like, what is here calling it a remaster? You're gonna remaster it, you're gonna make it pretty. Is there ray tracing? I mean, it doesn't look like it. You're looking on the water right here. There's no ray tracing. There's no, like, I'm just confused. I'm really confused about this one. Like, at least the Horizon one had, you know, there was a visual difference there. You saw it. But what's the selling point here? I just played Days Gone in 2019? No, it's 2019. I played it in 2019. I did a full 100% playthrough there. Got all the upgrades, did all the side missions, got the secret ending and all that stuff. I'm ready for the sequel. Why do I want to play it again? You know? Or why should I care to play it again? A large open world game like that. Going through that slow burn again. I'm just wondering what's going on. Now instead of 100 freakers, you get chased by 1,000. They didn't even talk about that. There will be a Broken Road DLC, but I don't know what it is. There's just a lot of questions there. Like, is it more story? And even so, it's like... it's just weird. Why would you release DLC for a game that's effectively 6 years old? It's just bizarre, you know? And I think this is just the telltale signs of, you know, we heard about Sony kind of mismanaging, you know, this studio, as well as Blue Point Games. They're supposed to be doing a God of War live action, or I'm sorry, games as a service entry for God of War. Why? Like, no one asked for that. They canceled that. And now you basically hear nothing from these guys, or you don't know what's going on with these guys. And this just looks like a rush job to me. This is like such a reactionary thing. Is let's just remaster the game that we just came out with, that no one's asking for, because the game already runs at 60 on PS5 and already looks like a PS5 game. Oh, it's got PS5 Pro support now. But it was like, you already got one of the best checkerboard solutions. The game looked like 4K on PS4 Pro. You know, it still looked like 4K on PS5. And you got 60 FPS. I just, like... It's just weird. It just seems so reactionary to me. Like, you know... Oh, there's nothing else that we can do at this point in time, so let's just rush this out there. I don't know, man. It's just weird. There's someone said this whole generation is basically a celebration of the PS4 and how great that console was, and it's like, yeah, I definitely agree with that. There's a couple of great entries here that are PS5 only, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, fantastic. Returnal, fantastic. But you know, this generation for PlayStation has seemed nothing but just, hey, remember the good old days? That's basically all the Sony's messaging has been. PC version had screen space ray traced global illumination that wasn't available even on PS5. Well, if it wasn't available even on PS5, maybe it'll be on PS5 Pro, but like, does that drastically change up the game? Yeah, like Little Big Planet's been dormant, if not dead. When they had like a launch title for PS5, that wasn't really a full Little Big Planet game, but you know, Sackboy is no longer the mascot for PlayStation. It's Astrobot now. I'm tired of these constant remakes, remasters of games that are not old. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you there. It's one thing, I think Metal Gear Solid 3, Silent Hill 2, even Demon's Souls, I'll give them that. Like, it's one thing when you look at these games and you're like, okay, they came out a long time ago. We can do so much more with the games and the visuals and the environments now. Let's remake it for, especially because, you know, the games are not that easily accessible anymore either, you know? So it's one thing if you want to remake a game like that. I don't see, like, I still feel like, to me, like Horizon, it's like, why even bother? Until Dawn was another one. It's like, why even bother? And now we have Days Gone, and I'm sitting here saying the same thing. Why even bother? You know? I feel like, I don't know. Siphon Filter. They could have just brought, like, I'll take a remake of Siphon Filter. You know? That makes sense. Or just bring it back, do something. I feel that could do really well these days. Especially because all we've been seeing, if you've noticed here, the shooter market has been absent for many, many years now. All that we're getting these days are multiplayer shooters. Those are basically what the FPS genre has turned into, and hack and slash Souls-like games. You know? That's basically what gaming is these days. If you're not a fan of swordplay or combos, you're probably bored out of your mind, especially if you don't play multiplayer games. You probably look at this and say, oh my god, this is a breath of fresh air, even though effectively it looks like a mashup of GTA and, you know, 8 Days. Yeah, I mean, this looks fantastic as well. Saros, or whatever it's called. Especially because you know the gameplay is going to be really good with it. But yeah, I mean, like, it's not bad. I'm just saying that, you know, there's little variety, I guess. The creativity, you know, you're getting a lot of that from the independent studios. You know, the stuff that looks really interesting. I just saw it over here. That game with that interesting art direction. Like this. This looks good. You got like these weird kind of stop motion animation, but then, you know, it kind of plays like a shooter. It just looks interesting. You're looking at it, it's eye-catching. So. Oh, Infamous. Yeah, I just played through the first Infamous a couple months ago. I played through it again on PS3. Yeah, I mean, remake that or remaster it. You could just do like a collection. Infamous 1-2 collection. 9th gen is definitely the first underwhelming video game generation. Yeah, it put into perspective. I mean, I really feel bad for punching down on the 8th generation of gaming. Is I did that a lot last gen because I was like, where's the creativity? Where's the new IPs? You know? Because, like, the 7th gen, Assassin's Creed, BioShock, Uncharted, Infamous, like, I can just go on and on and on and on. There's all these new IPs, and then you had even some existing games. I know not a lot of people love 7th gen because the Japanese developers really struggled to put out anything compelling during that generation. The JRPG scene was basically non-existent. So I feel for you on that. You know, it wasn't perfect. No generation of gaming is perfect. But I gave 8th gen a lot of shit because it was like, oh, here's the same thing, but it's slightly prettier. And we got a couple of new franchises here and there, but this time it's like, it's trend chasing and the same games. It's not even like the same franchises, it's the same games. The same games. And trend chasing and layoffs. And cross-gen. Tons of cross-gen. I mean, I believe half of these releases were still coming to PS4. Anyway. I think, again, I'm not giving shade at any of the stuff that was shown here. I like most of the stuff that was shown here. It looks fantastic. It's just that, I guess there's just a lot of questions about the future. That's where the concern comes from. It's crazy Sony won't remaster Bloodborne or at least release a 60 FPS patch, but will remaster games that run at 60 frames per second on PS5 with the PS4 version. You're completely right there. They can clearly do it. In games that just came out, by the way. Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, The Last of Us, Final Fantasy, they all got like 60 FPS patches for free, by the way. I think Final Fantasy you had to pay for it, actually, but you know, like, they didn't charge you anything to get 60 frames per second. They just updated those games. And yeah, it's like Bloodborne. Everyone's been asking for that. Everybody wants that. There are mods. They're literally modifications for the emulators on PC that will get you that experience. I think they just released one for the emulator for Bloodborne on PC, or the PS4 emulator, whatever it's called, and you can literally play it now in 60 FPS with some unoptimization. Now, will they also make games for last gen? This gen is out. That gen is outdated at this point. I mean, they are, though. There are games brand new that are coming out. We saw it here. Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza here. It's coming to PS4. A lot of that independent stuff is coming to PS4. I believe Split Fiction is coming to PS4. Yeah, you got, you know, kind of cool stuff. Like the really, you know, like Onimusha is not going to come. Yeah, that's PS5 only. Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, Hell Is Us. Like, you know, it's not every game, but it's still like where it's possible they're going to release it on there. I wonder if that affects optimization. You gotta wonder if it really affects optimization with some of these games. Having so many different versions makes it hard to optimize the game to one platform. I wonder if that's a culprit. Yeah, you're right, Trigum. It's the only thing that matters is I think the game industry is in such a volatile state right now, so everyone's just like hemorrhaging cash and they're afraid to even invest anything because it's so uncertain. It's like, you know, anyone could get laid off at any single time. I woke up this morning to see Crytek laid off 15% of its force. Crysis 4 is on hold now. It's been very long since they've announced it, but it's like they're having trouble right now out of nowhere. And, you know, Hunt is doing well for them. Hunt Showdown, not my type of game, but I know it's popular enough that people, you know, still play it. So, anyway, I like what was shown here. It was a decent presentation. I just felt like I needed more. Yeah, I got to give credit to Microsoft once again. I know they're having some issues right now with selling consoles and just the perception of the Xbox brand. But you want to know something about Microsoft? Everything that they showed, even though it was substantially less than this, everything that they showed was coming out soon, and you got gameplay for everything. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. Most of the stuff here we got was gameplay, but I feel like there's a handful of stuff that we only got release dates for, maybe release windows for. Like, they're showing off games that are coming in 2026, like Onimusha. It's like, that's great. Oops. Oh, I can't like switch through the stream now for some reason. Nope, there we go. Like, that's great. You know, I'm so excited for this, but I'll probably be playing Ghost of Yote and Death Stranding 2 and maybe other games before this. So I missed the showcases these days. The state of play, excuse me, should have been left behind with the pandemic. I do miss the E3 presentations a lot. Every once in a while, I'll actually go back and flick through some of them just because, you know, I miss hearing the energy of the crowd. And of course, you know, during 2013, 2014, 2015, it was around there, I started going to those presentations myself, and just being there, you can't replicate that. I don't care, you know, what you do with a live stream here or anything like that, but you cannot replicate the crowd and just the energy and excitement of being in that auditorium and seeing huge announcements being made and stuff that wasn't leaked like months before it was actually revealed. It was like you were shocked, you know, and like you were just like you were seeing something for the first time, and all you heard was just like roars and just cheers from the crowd all around you. It was just I really just can't describe it other than that. You had to have been there. But I do miss those days a lot. There was an excitement. We were all looking forward to it. What's his name? Jack Tretton described it perfectly in one of his speeches. He said, it's effectively the Super Bowl for gaming. And it's gone now. Now it's just, here's a couple live streams. It's just the times, you know, it sucks, but it's just how it's just evolution. It's the natural occurrence of things. It won't ever happen again. Just be grateful that it happened at all. It's a shame that Crisis 4 was canceled because this gen suffers from a lack of single player shooters. Yeah, I don't think it was. I heard that they put it on hold, which effectively means it might have just been canceled. It sucks, and that really bothers me. I hope it is just on hold, though. I hope it's not fully canceled. Yeah. All right. I guess I'll stop rambling here. It was good to talk with you guys at the very least. I'm happy for those of you who showed up. I really appreciate your time. And of course, watching this. Yeah, I just wanted more. Good. There was some great surprises in here. There's also some, you know, WTFs. Days Gone. I need to look forward to that Days Gone stuff. It's just, it's bizarre to me. It's a head scratcher to me. I think it was also one of those games that was rumored. Like I remember I think I remember reading it one time and I was just thinking to myself, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. But it's here. All right, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. A happy Valentine's Day for those of you who are celebrating on Friday. And if you're not, I really appreciate you being here and hope you know you guys are loved. And I guess other than that, we'll wait to see. Someone said there's a Nintendo thing happening. I thought it was happening in April. I'm live streaming whatever the Nintendo Switch 2 thing is happening in April. If it's another Nintendo Direct, I really don't think I'm going to stream it, though. But I'll stream the Direct for the Switch 2 announcement. Like, that makes more sense. I'm actually playing through right now, or I'm trying to get through Tears of the Kingdom. Which is going to take me a long time, but I've been playing it literally like every single night for like an hour or two, just like running around trying to do the towers and unlock the map, and then doing the shrines as I kind of pass them. So anyway, that's what I've been up to on the Nintendo side. But yeah, any of the major streams for Nintendo, I will do a reaction for, but don't expect anything until I believe the April Switch 2 reveal, unless there's another one of these directs for PlayStation or Xbox happening. All right, guys, I'll talk with you later. Thank you so much, and have a good one.